Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. This is a first for me. This is something that I've been looking at for quite some time. I've always wanted to shoot one, wanted to buy one, but I didn't really have the funds for it. So I did something that some of you may call me an idiot for. I don't think I'll regret it down the road. I had an AR-15. It was a Smith & Wesson Sport 1 upper, an Anderson Manufacturing lower, and it had a Palmetto State Armory fixed stock on it, so it looked like an A2 style or an M16 style rifle with the handle sights on it. And I loved the thing. It shot great. It functioned flawlessly. I also had a 22 conversion kit for it with the big magazines for that. The problem with it was I never really shot it. So, I think about it all the time. It's like I don't like keeping a lot of stuff around that I don't use, whether it's guns or anything else that I have. So I decided to contact a couple of my buddies and see if anybody was interested in buying the AR-15. And within about a half an hour, I had somebody that wanted to buy it. In our state, you can't buy them from a store anymore, so you can only buy them interpersonal transfer or a pre-94 ban, which cost about $2,000. So we came to a mutual agreement that I think both of us are happy with. And it allowed me to be able to buy this brand new Mini 14. This particular one is actually chambered in 5.56, not 2.23, so I don't know how well I'll be able to pick it up on the camera. But right there on the receiver, it actually says 5.56 NATO. So a couple reasons why I wanted this gun. I like a more traditional looking gun. I like the wood stock. I like the action of this, like the old M1 Garand action. Very smooth. Again, this is another one. I took it apart, I cleaned it before I'm going to shoot it today. I have not fired this yet. But what I did, I used that Lucas heavy duty gun oil, and I have to say, to me, it doesn't get much smoother than that. This hasn't even been fired yet, it's not broken in, and it already feels like a well-oiled machine as you'd have it. So the only thing I have right now for magazines, I have two 5-round magazines and a 10-round magazine. Again, that's what's allowed in my state right now, unless I find some pre-ban magazines, which I'm looking for. But again, this is the first time I've shot it. I've always wanted this, and call it what you will, whether or not you believe it's a good idea to sell an AR-15 and buy a Mini 14, that's your decision, but that's what I did. I also traded in my Smith & Wesson Model 37 featherweight revolver. Again, that was another thing. I don't shoot it that often. I have several revolvers, and I wanted something that was a little bit different, that was cool, so I went with this. So, you're going to see the first shots I fire out of this thing today, just with me. I'm going to go ahead and lock the bolt open. Start off with a 5-round magazine. Right now I have Federal American Eagle. Again, this is not 5.56, this is 2.23. But I'm going to go ahead and put some rounds down range with this, and we'll see how she functions. Yes! All right, first 5 rounds. What's my impression? Well, you heard me say yes the first shot I pulled. I think I like this more than my SKS, and that's saying something because I really love my SKS. So I'm going to go ahead and put another magazine in this. I'm going to put my 10 rounder in. And here we go. Again, 10 rounds. This is still 2.23. I have some 5.56 that I'll shoot in a little bit. I have some green tip, and I have some regular American Eagle 5.56. But I'm going to go ahead and shoot this, and I'm just shooting at a 50-yard target right now. I haven't even sighted it in, so I don't know how accurate it's going to be, but I'm just trying to put them on paper and see if I can hit the target. Wow. I'm not sad one bit that I sold my AR-15 in favor of this gun. This thing, it feels so much better to me. In this magazine, I was having a little trouble getting out the other day, so still, it's just a little sticky, it's stiff, it's new. I'll give it some time to break in. But holy crap, I'm absolutely thoroughly impressed with this rifle. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put a scope on it or not right now. Again, I haven't even changed the elevation or the windage on anything on this. I haven't changed the rear sights whatsoever. I'm just shooting it offhand to see if I can even hit the paper. It looks like I'm all over the target. So again, 50 yards standing and shooting at I think it's like an 11 by 18 target I'm shooting at 50 yards. I'm all over it. So again, for me, that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this magazine. I'll reload and then I'll shoot at 100 yards and we'll go out and look at my accuracy at 100. Oh. I absolutely love this gun. I don't regret selling my AR-15 one bit. Honestly, I wish I had bought this instead of the AR-15, but the way it worked out, I bought the AR-15 back when they were still legal to buy in our state, and I got it for a pretty good deal. And I made a few $100 off it, which afforded me the ability to buy this one. So if I hadn't bought the AR-15, I wouldn't be here today with a brand new Mini 14. And I gotta say, Ruger, you guys made a phenomenal firearm. I've heard mixed reviews about these things, but from what I've heard, this version, this is a modern one that has the step barrel on it. Everybody says they're great functioning rifles. So I'm gonna head and load up my magazines. I'll put some 5.56 in them, and I'm gonna shoot at 100 yards, and then we'll go out together and look at my target. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Oh no! It's the evil green tip ammo!
Yes, green tip. Defender of freedom. Military grade. What are you gonna do, green tips? You gonna shoot some targets?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot some targets.
Alright, so many of you, yeah, that was terrible. As many of you know, I've said it hundreds of times, I'm not the best offhand shooter. However, if I crouch down on the bench, you'll only be able to see the top of my head, and that's boring. So I'm going to try to hit my 100-yard target with some green tip, which is that stuff that President Obama or the whatever Democrats were in office or the liberals were trying to get rid of a couple years ago because it's armor piercing, it'll blow through any plate, any carrier, anything. Ah! Well, it really doesn't. I mean, it's steel core, yes, but it's still a 5.56 round. It's not a 50 BMG. It'll never be a 50 BMG. So what I'm going to do, I've never even shot green tip, so I'm just, again, going to have some fun. I'm going to shoot at my target at 100 yards offhand. And when I'm done, I got, I think 9 rounds in here, because for some reason it only took 9 in this 10-round mag. And then I got 2 magazines with 5 rounds of the XM193 Federal American Eagle. So I'm going to put these down on the target, and then you can walk down with me and see how I did. And I make no promises if I'm even going to hit the target, because I haven't sighted this in. However, at 50 yards, it looks like I'm all over the target. So let's see how we go. Green tip, that evil ammunition. Well, it definitely does have some kick to it, I'll give you that. Again, the 223 versus the 5.56, even though they're virtually the same round, the 5.56 does have a lot more velocity behind it. So let's go to the XM193. Same thing, 100 yards. And I'll put another 5 on the target, and then we'll walk down and check it out together. I absolutely love this rifle. I say this is my favorite rifle every time I get something new. I honestly think this is my favorite rifle. Alright, let's go down range and see how I did there. I'm taking you with me. Alright, so here we go. Walking down 100 yards to my target. Let's see how I did here. What a beautiful day. I mean, look at the sky. Very few clouds in the sky. It's just such a nice day. Said it's about 60 degrees today. November 26th, a couple days before Thanksgiving. And I can tell you right now, one thing I'm thankful for: freedom. Freedom to be able to exercise my rights to own a firearm and shoot it. And I'm trying not to walk through all this muck. We get a little bit of snow and then a little bit of rain, so it tends to pool up on my my range when I'm out here. So I wish I could say this was my range. I'm a member of a club, so I support them. It doesn't look very good. Doesn't look like I got any on paper. Oh, no, I did. They're all low. Awesome. You know what? Even if they're low, for me, still not too bad. Never sighted this rifle in. Right off the bat, let's see what I got here. So I got a couple here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of them are a little bit low. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 19. No, there's the last one. All 20 were on paper. Again, for me, that's not too bad. Again, it's a little bit windy out, so now I know at 100 yards I need to aim up about the top of this target to be able to get it on here, because I was aiming mostly in the middle, and you can see they're all pretty low. So I'm going to do kind of a rapid fire segment, so let's do that with the Mini 14. That was not bump firing. That was just pulling the trigger, and holy crap, was that fun. All right, so the last little segment that I'm going to do here with the Mini 14 for today, and again, I can't say enough good about this rifle. Ruger really nailed it with this rifle. I did have one light primer strike on one of the green tips, and I don't know what it was. It felt like a light load to me, and when the bolt went forward, I don't think it actually grabbed the rim of the shell. So when it fired, it just barely touched the primer. I dropped it back in the chamber, hit it, and it shot fine. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but most of my guns, I always try to do kind of a rapid fire segment. So let's do that with the Mini 14. That was not bump firing. That was just pulling the trigger. And holy crap, was that fun. It was so fun, in fact. Let's do it with another 5. Maybe just one more time. There you go, my friends. You can see it's smoking nicely. That's that nice Lucas oil, heavy-duty gun oil burning off, because I just coated the barrel with it before I came out here a little while ago. So Ruger Mini 14. Oh, I got 4 more rounds I got to shoot before I go, because I got 4 rounds left in the box, and you can't leave just 4 rounds in the box, right? Nah, you can't. It's like a golden rule. It's like, you know, don't put an empty milk carton back in the fridge, or if you use the last of the toilet paper, make sure you change the roll. And yes, I do that. Not everybody does, but let's go here. Last 4 rounds. This is Perfecta 223. There you have it, my friends. Ruger Mini 14, 5.56 .223 caliber. I can't tell you guys enough. Make sure you exercise your two-way rights. Freedom hard. God bless America, and you have a great day. From James at Cranky Gun Reviews.